Good morning, sunshine. Welcome to my kitchen. So, we're going to make breakfast this morning, but we're going to make a couple of other things too because I'm running out. I didn't have time over the weekend because I was out playing medieval stuff to make more. So, we're going to do it this morning. We're going to start with making some eggs though. So, I'm going to take my olive oil. I've got the last of my bell peppers. It normally would have lasted a little bit longer, but I like feeding people. So we were feeding people at the event. We got mushrooms, not as a popular at the event. And we got onions. All right. So I'm going to let those saute. And while I'm letting those saute, we got to make some ground black pepper. So I have my mortar and pestle. If you have not had fresh cracked black pepper, it is beyond compare. And yes, you can get the grinders and you can do that. But there is something different about when you do it in a mortar and pestle. Now, the other part is that these get seasoned. So when you empty it out, not everything ends up going. And I use this to grind my black pepper. That black pepper's potent. I also use this to make my Shire salt. I also use it to make mustard. And so while you don't get a whole lot of any of those that cross over, you get a little bit. And it changes the flavor. Besides, I need something to do while I wait for that to cook. You could get like a spice grinder, but those create a heat. And especially if you're doing things with like dried herbs, that heat can change the flavor. So, I went for my walk this morning. And for those of you who have been following along, when we were moving things a couple of weeks ago, I dislocated a rib. And that was painful, especially over the weekend. But I'm kind of a smart cookie every now and then. So Monday, when I got back, I made an appointment to go to the chiropractor first thing in the morning. That would be one of the reasons why I didn't make it to do a live on Monday morning, because my appointment was 9, and at 8:30 I was on my way. And I'm really glad I did. Chiropractors are wonderful people. if you're in the Lawton area, go see Dr. Rose Lapine. She's on Gore Boulevard and a miracle worker. All right. So I've almost got all of the peppercorns ground. But back to my walk. So Monday, didn't go on a walk, went to the chiropractor instead. Didn't come talk to you guys. But yesterday, I was feeling well enough, even with all of the extra work that I did over the weekend, to do a chair yoga and even bring some twists back into it, stretched a little bit further. And this morning when I went out for a walk, I had reduced it down to a little over a mile, about a mile and a half. But we did 2 laps today, so I was back up to 3 miles. And I'm not quite back to the point where I feel ready to jog, but I want that to come soon. So I gotta work up to that, make that a habit or goal. It's already a habit. Going and working is a habit. Getting back to the jogging is a goal. By the way, grinding by hand, it's good for your arms. My apologies. Good morning, Kel. Good morning, Barbara. I'm making fresh ground pepper and I'm going to make Shire salt. By the way, the fumes from the fresh ground pepper, they get potent. All right, so I have my salt and pepper thingy thing. Put my fresh ground bits in there. Whatever pepper is left can go into my Shire salt. So, I have a huge list for my Shire salt because it is mostly herbs, which is this. So, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of mint. Mint is a savory seasoning. I don't know if you people know that, but it is freaking delicious in savory dishes. Add it to your Shire salt. Everything's fine. I didn't spill anything. I'm going to have to clean that up later. So next we're going to do a tablespoon of oregano. I'm not going to drop this one, I swear. A tablespoon of basil. Let me make sure I put lids back on that in case someone else spills it. Tablespoon of dehydrated onion. Tablespoon of thyme. Tablespoon of parsley. Tablespoon of fennel seed. An underutilized spice, in my opinion. Good morning, Carol. How are you? I didn't see you sneak in. I'm busy making Shire salt and eggs for breakfast. We already made pepper. The pepper tried to kill me. All right, what is this? Sage. Tablespoon of sage. And I don't think you guys can see my tablespoon as I measure. These don't have to be exact, y'all. And we're going to do a tablespoon of garlic powder and 2 tablespoons of a coarse salt. So this is actually a mix. You can see it's kind of white, kind of pink. So it is a thick sea salt and a pink Himalayan salt. I like the sea salt. It has a little bit more punch, but the Himalayan helps break down the herbs a little bit better, especially those fennel seeds. You want to make sure that those get crushed up because no one wants to bite into a whole fennel seed. Nice, Carol. I'm glad you're on your way to Mississippi. I'm going to call you today, Carol, by the way, hopefully before you leave. I don't think you're leaving today because I got to talk to you about tables. So I'll probably call you while I'm having breakfast. Stir our eggs, grind our spices. So this is a really flavorful way to reduce your sodium intake. So if you ever struggle with blood pressure issues and you have been told to reduce your sodium and are anything like my father, who is like, I am not using whatever the fake salt is. But you know what he will use? When we went out to go move all of the stuff, I took a jar of Shire salt for my mama as a present. And Dad actually liked it, which is amazing. I can send you. I have a recipe written up for it. I sent it off to Barbara last night. And I would be happy to share that. Because it is delicious. Barbara, you've gotten to have this. Jenna's had it too. But put it in the chat. How good is Shire salt? So by the time you're done, it just kind of looks like a little greenish brown mess, but oh my goodness, is it freaking delicious. It has so much flavor. And what I really like about it is it does add that little saltiness that brings out the flavor of the food. But because you have it ground in so finely with the other seasonings, that you can see where you have seasoned. And so you are far less likely to oversalt things if it is mixed with other herb blends. All right. Let me get... The rest of that can go on the eggs because they need seasoning too. All right. Which puts us just about right. Our onions, our mushrooms, and our peppers have all cooked down. Gonna crack our beautiful farm eggs. If you handle eggs, make sure you wash your hands. So Carol, we missed you this morning. Good morning, Jenna. Jenna, you missed it. I was making Shire salt. Tell everybody, do you like the Shire salt? It is one of my favorites. So I've got a couple of people that I am talking to about making feast bids for some of the upcoming events. And I am totally making Shire salt to put out on the tables for people at feast because it is so good. So we'll let our eggs cook. Parting words, right? So we're 16, 17 minutes into this. We've fresh ground black pepper. We've made Shire salt. And we are cooking a vegetable and protein packed breakfast to carry us through the rest of the day. So you can meal plan and set, I got words, putting them all in the right order, and you can put them into like a plan so that you can enjoy fresh foods without an exorbitant amount of time. Last week, I chopped up all of those peppers and onions and mushrooms while I was cooking breakfast, and it maybe took 20 minutes. And then not only did I have them ready for my breakfast, I had them to take to my event this weekend, which made cooking at the event super easy to do for multiple people. And I got to eat fresh. I got to eat well. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, a lot of times when we go camping, breakfast is like Pop-Tarts, muffins, or pastries. And let me just tell you, my body, it's not good with those anymore. When I was 20, that was fine. I am not 20 anymore. I need better. I need more than that. Having this set up and ready to go so that even while I am out camping, I can treat my body well, it's amazing. And even though I have reduced my exercise over the last several weeks with my ribs, if you were with me yesterday, I finally got back in to check, and I've been scared to do it because I haven't done anything, to check back on my weight and where my progress is. And I've lost weight while I have been dealing with my ribs because I'm keeping up my routines and I'm still eating well. So my eggs are ready. I'm about to plate up, go sit down and eat. So I love that you're going to start bringing boiled eggs. That's going to be fantastic. Balsamic vinegar and feta cheese. That sounds delicious. I love doing balsamic vinegar with my eggs. I'll put a little olive oil and balsamic vinegar on my toast, which is really delicious. I'm not having toast this morning, but all right. So with that, I'm going to wrap up here this morning. I hope you guys have enjoyed these kitchen conversations, making things with me. And let's not tell anybody I spilled anything. So everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Okay, love you. Bye bye.